This, did you have a say-so in what you were putting on the graphics?
Oh, yeah. Well, what you do is you go in for storyboard sessions, and then you start out doing it that way, as any sort of filmmaker knows. And then you have to basically write every second, you know, because you're creating a complete picture. And this is back in the days of computer animation of '91, which is a lot different than computer 2000. So we basically built it, and we would play the track, and I would in my best feeble way, try to describe what I really wanted to see visually. And you sort of meet in the middle, and the artist would render it, and we'd say, yeah, that's kind of cool, or no, I don't think that's really working. And you just have to add every layer in there is a different element. So you have to, it's like writing, it's like writing with death, because you got to have foreground, background, just put it all together. It was interesting. I'd never done that before, but Chaos definitely is one of the top animations. They did that show, Liquid Television. They used to do all that kind of stuff that really kind of, well, Liquid is a good way to describe it. So I figured it fit the music.
Oh, yes, definitely does. There seems to be quite a bit of emphasis put on Brent.
Yeah, well, obviously I met him when he joined the band when I was 9, and he also played in my dad's, or both of their band, really, Go Ahead. So yeah, I knew Brent real well. He was a real good guy.
So you hung with him like when you were 9 years old. Did you have a VCR cam or a handy cam in your hand during that time?
Well, I figured music was habit forming, and like when I was a kid, everybody wanted to be a drummer. It's like that's what everybody did, and so I desperately didn't want to be a drummer. And my dad and Mickey were doing some music for Apocalypse Now, and hanging out with the Coppola family, who I became good friends with, and still are. My dad bought me a camera when I was 8, and I just started shooting little Super 8 home movies. And, you got to be good at something in life. So I was hopefully it was something that I liked doing. So I just, kept at it.
A fan, finally, after all these years, a fan! Let him sing! You don't know how, you don't know how.
What kind of stuff are you working on nowadays?
Well, we just did the most recent thing we did was the video for Liberty off the box set,
right?
Which we had to kind of make a composite of, since you never end up having the version, from the audio track on visuals. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't notice about Backstage Pass, is that other than the two pieces that we shot for specifically, none of the audio was married to the image, so we really had to. The best compliment people give me is that they don't, people think that when you see Pigpen singing Hard to Handle, that it's actually from the version you're hearing, but it's not.
Mm-hmm. I know that was done so sweet, too. It was intense.
That was smooth, yeah.
I mean, I watched it again last night, and I was just, because I haven't pulled it out in quite some time, but being Justin is on the phone with me all the time, now I just had to look at that, and I was thinking, nah, that's not really, that can't be, because this was like old footage. What year was that footage?
The footage,
do you remember it?
So that's from 1970. It's a TV show they did with Santana and the Airplane on, I think it's KQED. I think it's called from the what is it called? I don't remember offhand, but it was like a local TV thing they did. But if you notice on the audio track of Hard to Handle, there's only one drummer, but we cut it together so it looks like Mickey's playing. So.
How long did it take you to put this together?
During a summer tour we had at Giant Stadium, we premiered a little section of it during the right after the first set. So that would probably be July, and it came out in September. So, I mean, work-wise, probably 5 solid months, and then a couple months of promotion and stuff like that. It's some stuff you can tell is they're goofing for the camera, some stuff they're just goofing and you happen to catch it. It's that in terms of that kind of stuff, it's home movie stuff, and it's kind of like the way the vault is, and everyone's got to you know, you hold on to your stuff and then, you know, keep it for your projects. But, you know, that stuff will all sort of eventually trickle out in one form or another. And like I say, if something comes up and, you know, be it a Garcia documentary or a Grateful Dead, you know, kind of anthology thing, you know, all that stuff's there, and, you know, there's different ways to use it.
Okay. Listen, I want to ask you a question that a lot of people really want to know about, and because your father's been missed, and it pisses me off, and I have no idea why it pisses me off. Probably because your dad was the first drummer of the Grateful Dead, and Mickey Hart was second, and I have nothing but love for that whole band. Everybody that came and went, from Keith to Don to all those people. Why hasn't your dad been surfacing up lately? Has he just been kicking back? And I want to ask you another question behind that one. Is he going to be doing a further fest, a further tour sometime in the future? And you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Well, you know, if I had a good answer for you, I would. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. He might. And he's been playing. And, you know, he lives over in the islands. But, you know, he has a home studio, and he makes, you know, he records off, you know, from, you know, he's got like a blues band. He's got like a, I hate to say like New Age, but like Grateful Dead sort of jam New Age music without great, well, that's a bad way to put it. It's freeform music that he plays. And so he plays, but, you know, he's, you know, when you've been to every hotel in the world and you've been to every stage in the world, and, you know, for 30 years, you know, you've been on how many planes a year, and, you know, how much room service can you eat? So, I mean, he really likes the idea of like just being able to leave the country for a month, or to, you know, not be tied down to have his year so structured. And, you know, but he still plays. It's just not, he's not playing in a profile like on the Further Festival or something like that. But, you know, it's not like he's not like he just quit. He just, you know, he enjoyed it. You know, when the Dead ended, he sort of wanted to like take a break from, you know, being in that kind of thing. But, you know, he's always still involved, be it business or be it, you know, making plans for the future and all that kind of stuff. So
he's pretty well off right now, huh?
Well, I mean, you know, they didn't do too bad.
What were you doing the day that